In this video, we will see how to add polynomials. In this first example, we are adding two polynomials. Notice that the parentheses in these problems are acting as separators. And you will notice that it's an addition whenever you have a positive sign between the two parentheses. If we don't have a positive or a negative sign between them, it would mean that it would be a multiplication. But if we have the parentheses next to a positive or a negative sign, it means that it's an addition or a subtraction. And the parenthesis is just indicating that you're separating one polynomial from the other one. Now, we can only add common terms. That means terms that have the same variable and exponent. Here, we notice that the first common term is x squared with 4x squared. They have the same variable, the x, and the same exponent, the squared. Now, to add common terms, we add their coefficients. Remember that when we have a variable without a reading coefficient, it means that the coefficient is 1. But since this means 1 times x squared, that gives us x squared. Therefore, we don't write the coefficient 1, but it is implied. So to add these two terms, we are going to add the coefficients 1 plus 4, and that gives us 5x squared. You see that the variable x squared stayed the same way, and that's because it is still the same type of term. It's like saying 1 apple plus 4 apples gives us 5, but there are still apples. Okay? Now let's go with the next common term. We have positive 3x and positive 6x. They have the same variable, the x. So that means that we can add them. We add the coefficients. 3 plus 6, that gives us 9x. And now our last common terms are the constants. That means the numbers. Minus 2 plus 1 gives us minus 1. Okay, now we are done adding. Okay, notice that in these examples, the original polynomials in the problem are arranged from highest to lowest exponent. Therefore, our answer is already arranged from highest to lowest exponent. If it weren't, we would have to arrange it. But this one is already in the correct order, so we are done. But that will be different in our second example. Our second example is an addition of 3 polynomials. And I want to use this example to show you that there's another way of adding polynomials where we write them in rows in a way that we have like terms in the same column. So it's easier to see the common terms and add them. This is very useful when you have longer additions or longer polynomials with more variables. So we are going to start by writing the first polynomial just as it is. 2ab minus 6c squared plus d. I just wrote the first polynomial. Now I'm going to write the second polynomial, but writing each term beneath its like term. I'm going to start with the 3c squared. So I look for the c squared in the other polynomial and write it beneath it. Positive 3c squared. Now the next term is negative 5d beneath the d minus 5d because it is its like term. Okay, I'm done with the second polynomial. Now I'm going to write the third polynomial. The first term is positive 2d beneath the d's, positive 2d. Now the second term is negative 4ab beneath the ab's, which is just 1. I'm going to write it here, minus 4ab. And finally, the positive 4c squared beneath the c squares, positive 4c squared. Now, this makes it easier to see the common terms and just add them directly by column. So I'm going to start with this column, and now I just add the coefficients. The d by itself, remember that means that its coefficient is 1. So 1 minus 5 gives us minus 4, plus 2 minus 2, and they are d. Now the next column. Minus 6 plus 3 gives us minus 3, plus 4 gives us positive 1. But remember that when the coefficient is 1, we don't write it, and we only write the variable. So it's c squared. And now finally, the last column, 2ab minus 4ab. 2 minus 4 is minus 2, and they are ab. Okay. Now we're done adding. But in this example, in the original polynomials, we don't have them in order from highest to lowest exponent. So to write our final answer properly, it should be from highest to lowest exponent. So let's arrange it. The highest exponent here is the squared, and it's the c squared. So I write that one first, c squared. Now our next two terms, we see that they have the same exponents, the same power. So if they have the same exponent, now we go from alphabetical order. And we see that AB comes before D, so I write the AB's first. Minus 2AB. And finally, the negative 2D. Now it is arranged from highest to lowest exponent. So this is the proper way of writing our final answer. Okay, so this was how to add polynomials. Thank you for watching this video.